on. Okay, making me do turns. Let's go. Come on, baby. A minute to wake up in here. This thing on. A little windy. Walking in some wind here. What's up, 618? How you doing, brother? Well, heading to Florida tonight. What's up, Sam B? But I just had an interesting thing happen. You know, like when things can go awry or go bad, they usually do. So I ran to the post office this morning to mail off all the packages, and I went and checked the, I always check my account, check my online accounts, and I'm looking at my account where I deposited. What's up, Garrison? What's up, Tim? I'm looking at my account where I deposited my check yesterday in the account that I'm going to be renting the vehicle for Florida. And little do I know that my deposit that showed up yesterday in there, which was good, is no longer in there. This has happened to me one other time, about 6 or 7 months ago. And it happened at a very bad time again. Luckily, I had cash on me, but about 7 months ago, I had a sty in my eye, inside my eye, half of my face swelled up. So I went into a minute clinic on a Saturday, and I went to go use my card for that account that I wanted to use it on, and just no surprise, it was declining. I'm thinking there is plenty of money in this account. So I go and check it out, and guess what? There isn't. It was in there, and then it wasn't. So when they process at the end of the night, some reason they dropped the ball. 1 second, guys. Okay, come on. Some reason they dropped the ball. Let's go. Let's go. Some reason they dropped the ball, and my deposit got kicked back. So they had to fix it. So now, the next time I really need... Guys, this is why I don't like banks. I used to have banks... used to go in and cash checks and stuff and just not want to use banks. And they used to have banks always say, you guys, you need to set up an account. You get an account. Get an account. And this is why I don't want to have an account. Because of things like this. So now, I'm waiting to hear back from the bank as I call them every 10 minutes or so. And I'm going to give them a little more time now while I do this walk vlog. But telling them they need to get that money back in deposit in my account. And they need to do it now. Because in about 30, 40 minutes, this guy has to go to Enterprise and pick up the van that I'm renting. And trust me, the majority of the rest of the trip, I have cash for. And I have cash for these reasons. Because you can never trust a bank. They never come through when they're supposed to. Never. I don't know how many issues you guys have had with banks, but when people ask me why I don't like to use banks, that's 2 examples right there. Now, not going to let it ruin my day, not going to let it ruin my trip. They're going to get it figured out because it's my money, and they're not just going to take $1,800 from me. So, it is what it is. I'll let them square it out. They better have it done within 30, 40 minutes. And let's enjoy this walk. Bobby, it's a little windy. Field guy, Jack Rat, what's up? Good morning to you all. Who else is in here that I didn't say hi to? Mike the Indian Card Dude. You guys are all good, man. Tim L, hope you guys are all doing well. Tim, I hope Timmy's doing well as well. I don't know, has he started school yet, or do you guys start after Labor Day like my kids do? I'm still not packed, by the way. What's up, Lethal Outdoors? How you doing this morning, buddy? We're not at Minnehaha today, but we're out and about getting a walk in. Hello, mate. Today, Portland Andy's taking a big risk for us. Yeah, Portland Andy. I've seen Portland Andy before. I know who Portland Andy is. Sam B. So anyway, guys, real hard to trust banks. Because when you really need to rely on them, it seems to me anyway, they don't come through. And they also like to do things like you have certain charges. They like to either hold off that charge and not show up and make you look like you have more money than you do, and you think your accounting's on. And then you go and you do other purchases, and then what ends up happening is you start getting all these overdraft fees. Now, I haven't had to deal with overdraft fees for years. Thank the Lord. I don't overspend to make sure I always have the funds. Again, when I go and cash my check, I usually deposit half of it or so and get cash back the other half, just in case something happens. Like this. Now, unfortunately, with this happening at this time, they're going to be playing into a lot of my play fun money for me and the kids on our trip if I have to use that cash. I know they're going to get figured out. I don't even know why I'm stressing. They did it last time. They got it fixed. I legit just don't show the deposit. Showed it yesterday. This was the same thing that happened 7 months ago. Showed the deposit that day. Saturday morning comes along. The deposit's no longer in there. So, Capital One sucks. Don't use them. Yeah, Field Guy, I mean, most banks, in my opinion, suck. I mean, let's be honest. What do they really do for us besides charge us fees? Right? Now, unfortunately, you kind of do need, you need to have, if you want to get places in life, you need to have a checking account. You need to set up savings accounts. You need to have debit cards because for some places nowadays, cash is like a different language to some people in stores. You go to some places and you want to use cash, and they look at you like, what is cash? I don't even know what cash is. Which to me, unless it's counterfeit, cash is by far the easiest, the most secure. You don't have any, like the companies don't have any transaction fees for processing a card. I think there's just a lot more perks and a lot more positivity to cash than cards. But again, there are things you need to put on a card. Like this rental. I have to have it on a card through an account or a credit card, debit card, whatever, bank. And they want to do that so that if there's any other issues when you return the car, they can get you. And that's when you read over the agreement and you check off the little box and sign saying you agreed to all the terms and services. Now that's where, in the company I work for, it gets a little gray line with that whole accept, agree, terms and whatnot. Because 99% of our customers, we don't sell face-to-face. They call us, we get their information, we run their car over the phone, we run their card, we do all that, we send them a receipt. So when people want to try to be slick, what they'll try to do is purchase a transmission, even though we have proof of delivery and we have all the signed documents and everything, we keep all that stuff with everything, and we have access to it. They try to purchase one. In fact, the fraudulent stuff that I told you about, we've been dealing with. We haven't dealt with fraud for, 7 years in this company. And we had two within like a week or two apart. Same guy, used two different names, was shipped to two different businesses in two different states. And he had these shipped to legit like auto shop businesses. So if you were to do all your research, you wouldn't find any flags while going through the process. But luckily, one of them we lost, so we have someone investigating it, and it is the same guy. but because we got the voice recordings and everything. But the second one, we actually just won the case. He tried to set it in as fraud, and we still don't know if this was like he stole the credit card information, had all the right information, or if he legit was just trying to pull a fast one and trying to get a free transmission to turn around and sell or whatever, and then thought he would win the case. But little did he know that we would send in, through our dispute, all documentation showing that he had received it. Now, if he had sent it back and we were trying to say we weren't going to give him his money, which that's not how we would do business anyway, but if he were to do that and then he had proof showing that he returned it to us and we received it, then he would probably win that case and get his money, but we would just credit him anyway. What the hell would be the point, right? Pino, man, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? I liked your stream. Good stream last night. I don't know if you really saw me in there or not after a couple of those Modelas or whatever you were pounding, but good vibes, good stream. I always enjoy it, man. I was up later than normal last night for myself because I was getting everything packaged up. I just got back from the post office. As I told y'all, I'd be there Saturday morning to mail off everything. I feel bad for everybody else when I go in that place. Even going on a Saturday, because this Saturday there was one freaking guy at the thing doing it, and I had a ton of packages, and there was a line of people waiting. And the poor guy kept ringing the bell for help because they have other people in the back that do sorting and other things, and they come up and when it gets busy, nobody would show up. I think the supervisor even came up one time and said, "Hey man, you need something?" He's like, "Well, yeah, I've been ringing the bell for help." "Oh yeah, so-and-so was supposed to come up. It's surprised he's not already up here. I'll go check on him." I was there another 15 minutes and so-and-so never came to help him out. So I'm not sure what so-and-so was doing, but maybe he was in the out back on a little break or something, doing his own thing. But I really feel bad for all those peeps having to wait for me. That's the only way I can do it, guys. Can't do that shit during Monday through Friday. It's too tough. I'm in there long enough as it is. Phone's ringing. People are looking at me. The old ladies are giving me the evil eye. I'm talking to my Bluetooth, and they don't even know who I'm talking to. So, no gators this morning. No gators? Gator. Shout out to EBZ in his Gator song. I said Gator. Gator Whisperer. No gators yet. We're not in Florida yet. We'll be in Florida tomorrow night. Well, we should be in Florida tomorrow night if this bank gets my deposit figured out. Which when I get off of here, I'm going to call them right back because what time is it? In about 20 minutes, half hour, I got to go pick up the van at old Enterprise. Get everything packed up. We're going to have a draft. We're going to have the fantasy football ESPN draft. I think I just switched it to 10 teams because I think we have 10 now. We were struggling to get those last 4 for some reason. I don't know why. I guess people just aren't into playing fantasy football as much anymore. But I brought it up numerous times for people if they wanted to join. But we're going to I'm going to stream the draft. It's at I think 5 Central Standard Time. It'll just be fun. Anybody that wants to hang out, we can talk crap about our picks. Who picked who, when, give them some crap, have some fun with them. You can give me crap on my picks. I have my own little ways and my own little strategies, as everybody does. But I'm looking forward to it. It'll be my first, full draft. I've done a lot of best ball drafts on the draft app, but that's a little bit different. It's not the same style. You don't have defense, you don't have kicker, which you do in ESPN, which I'd be fine with eliminating myself, but it is what it is. Yeah, Ronnie, you ready for that? Young's vlog is back in the house. He's back in the house. He's walking with me and Zoe. And I'm wondering where the beautiful women in the blouse are as the sun is shining. And I will be traveling soon down the highway. Do you like that, Young? Maybe you could clip. Maybe you could take my voice on that and do something. When's the Birdman Lefty Beetle song gonna come out, Young? Fire, he says. Young says that's fire. You should have heard me last night on the when we switched to desktop stream. It was hilarious. I remember what I was telling everybody, because normally when Young may or may not understand all of this, because he's not probably really much into sports cards, and that's 100% fine. Everybody's into their own things. He's a very powerful, very inspiring musician. Young is. So I think he can just be fine, just continuing to focus on that, whatever else is streaming and everything. But we normally on Fridays I'll get what we call a hobby box, which a hobby versus a retail. Like a hobby box, you'd buy at like a actual sports card shop or store, and retail you would just buy it like a Walmart where the sports cards are, whatever. And the difference is you're guaranteed like either autographs or sports memorabilia, like in a box, and they usually guarantee you a certain number of them depending upon what it is. In retail, there's no guarantee. And for retail, they do some other special things, but they're not always as valuable as like hobby. So I normally give hobby packs away when we do the giveaway packs, and I just did 2 retail blasters last night because of the trip and because of the big 24-hour stream I have coming up with a bunch of giveaway stuff. So there's going to be a lot of money involved in all that. So I kind of cut back a little bit this time. For the first time in my Fun Friday stream, I cut back a little. And I was doing like the Justin Bieber, is it too late now to say sorry? 'Cause I got retail, not hobby. Is it too late now to say sorry? 'Cause I got the retail, didn't get hobby. Is it too late to say sorry now? Clip that. Wicked, what's up, man? You just came into me singing to you. My soothing voice will make your day do wonders now, I bet. Just kidding. Feel guy. Tim Lehman, okay, that makes sense. What are you talking about? I'm missing some chat here. Sorry, guys. And my singing going on. That's all the breakers do it, Mega. Breakers do what? Where are you? Yeah, breaks and stuff. It's 110 here in Vegas. Man, Ron, I'm going to come visit you in Vegas one time. Hey, Young, you still in here? My boy Ron Fig in the chat. Next time you're out in Vegas, see if you can find him. Or maybe Ron, actually, next time Young's in Vegas, maybe you should, Ron, if you're not working, you should try and find Young and snipe him. Ron Fig is an actual pit boss. I'm not sure what casino it is, but he is a pit boss in Vegas. And I was also thinking about something that I thought would be fun and cool. Some people may be able to do it, some people may not. But I was thinking maybe down the road here, and I would love for like Young and Nene, Dave, Lefty Beetle, we try to figure something out or plan something. Anybody in the chat would be welcome too. We're trying to do like a meetup and a hangout for, even if it's a long weekend, in Vegas. How fun would that be? I think that would be a blast. Ron Fig is at your house? Palace Station. There you go, Young. Yeah, he's a pit boss at Palace Station in Vegas. But I think what would be even sweeter would be to plan a time down the road here where whoever can make it, we plan like even if it's a long weekend. Hell, I'd fly out there for 2 days, 3 days, whatever. Long weekend in Vegas. That sound like a good time to me. Yep, that would be awesome, man. That would be such a blast. Such a freaking blast. Maybe we could look into, if people want to like get their own, their own rooms or their own place. I mean, that's fine. But otherwise, we could see how many people would want to do it. Maybe we could rent out, everybody put in some money. Maybe even Ron can hook us up with, maybe he's got hookups on hotels out there. Maybe like suite hotels where not hook up like you give it to us, but maybe we could get a deal or work something out. We could all go in on like a suite or something, like a big old suite or an Airbnb right out in Vegas. Even if it's just for like 2 or 3 days. I think that would be freaking awesome. I would love that. That to me would be fun. What time is it? Still got a little time. All right, we'll go around the long way. Keep this going a little longer. You can definitely do something for it. Yeah, see, Ron's got the hookup. I'm going to tell you something. Young probably didn't see this when I was at the National. I know he was in the streams. He popped in at times. I think that's the first time I noticed he was in any of my streams, which is awesome. I thank you for supporting me as well. But when we got there, when I met, Ron Fig was at the National as well. He was out there. And I remember, the first time I remember seeing him, I didn't even realize it was him. And he kind of did like the peace signs, hey, what's up kind of thing when I walked by. He saw I was streaming. And I just kept kind of walking. And Balls or someone else that was with me said, dude, that was Ron Fig. And I'm like, oh, shoot. So I went back, talked to him. And this man seems to have the hookup on just about everything. We get there, we're talking to him. And he's like, oh, hey, guys, anybody need any playing cards? He pulls out like 2 decks of playing cards, like just playing cards. Anybody need a casino dice? Got a casino dice for you guys. He's like, hey, and by the way, and now remember, mind you, in the EBZ voice, he is in Vegas. He's out here, he goes, by the way, I got some parking passes too for the ramp over here. If anybody needs them, just let me know. So we go from playing cards to parking passes to hotel hookups at the casino in Vegas. I think we got a guy that's got it all lined up for us. So if you guys are in need of anything like that, make sure you shout out Ron. Young, you and Nene or something, go out there too. Hit up Ron. I'm sure Ron would be able to help you out or hook you up. Sure he'd be willing to do that. Ron's a good dude. So, yeah, he's a legend, as Mega says. I am legend, but I'm really not. I just like to say that, my Will Smith. Morning. Morning. I can have... Ron is a yes. Yeah, that's the word Young uses within his community and his streams. I like it. I think it's awesome. He calls people heroes. So Ron is a hero. Shout out to Ron. He is a legend as well, Mega. Shout out Mega. Hell yeah, Young's vlog says. Hell yeah. And again, guys, if you guys aren't subbed, sub Young. He'll sub you back. I think everybody else probably in this chat right now is more than likely sub to each other. Some of you that may not have been in any streams where Young's been in, I'll just explain it real quick again. He's a very talented artist, musician. He also IRL streams. Him and his beautiful wife, Nene, they travel. They do all sorts of stuff, streaming. They had what they call van life. They still have the van. From what I heard, they're going to do a lot of cool new things to this van, including, they're going to, I think what he was saying is they're going to have like a surveillance cam or something. I may be going wrong here, but from what I've taken or heard, they're going to have a lot of cool stuff. So you're going to have they're going to have streams on, like when they're traveling or when they do this, there'll be like a surveillance cam, I believe like a 24/7 cam, besides when they're streaming themselves. But Mr. Young himself here, your old boy Young. He plays Mr. John Lennon in what they call the Scuff Beatles Band, which they travel around. They actually stay in Branson, Missouri, or they play in Branson, Missouri at the Liverpool Legends. If you're ever watching one of the shows, or you see it, or you go to it, or you've been to it, recently, John Lennon would be Young's vlog. He normally streams when they perform as well. He sets up the camera on the side of the stage. So you get to enjoy, you get to hear the freaking amazing, beautiful Beatles music and other songs that they do. And I tell you what, like I always say, this streaming is, for me, it's very therapeutic. Popping that on when they're playing live is very therapeutic. So, come on. What's up, Frank? How you doing, man? Hope you've been well. We're just getting a little walk in here. I started off the stream. If you weren't here from the beginning, and I don't want to ramp and rattle too long about it, but you know, the banks seem to do you wrong at the worst times, right? Don't they? So some of you've already heard it, but I'm just gonna say it because Frank's asking. So we all know I'm supposed to be leaving for Florida here tonight. And I brought up many times I'm renting a van, so we have a lot more room and everybody's comfy. And went and cashed and deposited my check yesterday, half and half. And I checked my online before I'm going to head out here and rent this van, which is going to be $900 and then $200 security deposit. And I come to find out that I don't have anywhere near $1,100 in my account right now on that account and that card. And then I look and find out that it was in there yesterday, and this has happened to me once before with this bank, but it's not there today. So I've called the bank. I've actually called them twice now. When I get off this stream, I'm going to call them a third time because I still haven't heard back from them. And I told them that I have to be there. When I was on the phone with them like a half an hour ago, I told them I had to be there in like 45 minutes. And I haven't heard from anybody. So, starting to worry me, but I know that they will get it figured out. The bank's open till 1. Unfortunately, the car rental place is only open till noon. So things have to get figured out, and they have to get figured out kind of quick. Otherwise, I will no longer be banking with Bank of America, and I'm going to have to try another solution until I get my money, my $1,800 that's supposed to be in there. So that's kind of how the day started, but we're not letting it ruin. I know they're going to get it taken care of. I have faith in that. Staying positive. It just sucks. And people always ask me, I've went through banks through years and years and years, and I've had tellers, get over here, Zoe. I've had tellers where people try to convince me to bank with them. And I always tell them that I have a hard time trusting banks and believing in banks. Because what do? Hit you with fees? You know, okay, they cash your check. Well, most banks you can cash your check anyway, even with a small fee. But when you need your money the most, it seems to not be there or not be available without you having to run through hoops. And I told this morning, about 7 months ago when this same thing happened to me, the same bank, and they got it fixed within like half an hour. But I went to a minute clinic or a clinic because I woke up and half of my face was swollen, like by my eye and stuff, and I had a sty in my eye. So I went to pay for the medications and the appointment with the one account I have, which had that check deposited in it, and it declined. So I went and I pulled up my account and said, what the heck? Luckily I had cash on me too to pay for it. But I pulled up my account and I'm like, I'm not showing my deposit. And that's exactly what's going on right now. Same exact thing. I know, I got it. Thank you guys. You guys are my eyes and my back of me. Love it. I saw him. Yeah, it's about 70. When I woke up at 8, it was like 66, 68 degrees here. Mornings are starting to get a little bit cooler than normal. We're starting to get that end of summer, roll into fall type deal. But it's like 75, 76 here too. Beautiful. It's not too humid. It's kind of weird. I know Truth said something, you guys, and anyone that wasn't in here the other day when we were walking, Truth had mentioned that he's been in the Navy, and he mentioned that like all the thunderstorms and stuff that are going on in the U.S. are like really, they're at a really abnormal height, and when that happens, that's a sign that there's a lot of abnormal weather that's going to be happening for a little while. So guys, just make sure you're safe wherever you're going. It's like us going to Florida now, driving. We could run into some stuff. I don't know if we will, but we could. So just pay attention to what's going on with the weather. I know a weatherman's not easy to trust. A weatherman will tell you it's going to be sunny. It's got a 60% chance of being sunny, and it'll probably just downpour 80% most of the day. And that's usually how it goes, right? Any of us could be weathermen. We could get Young's weather. Or you could, Young, in your streams, what you could do, this would be an idea, mess with OBS. You could have Nini be your weather lady and be like, all right, now we're going to tune into Nini on site and check in on how the weather is. Nini, what do you got for us? Well, Young and Young Bloods, it seems that there's going to be a 50% chance it'll be a nice day today and a 50% chance it'll be crappy. Back to you, Young. Love it. Neener News. There you go. Nini News. Neener News. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. What's up, Balls? Well, you didn't wake up too much, man. We're just doing a walk. And I'm just talking about, I'm trying to stay as positive as I can. I'm trying to wait on the bank to call me back. I'm supposed to go pick up the rental van in about a half an hour. But they decided to not. They decided to deposit my check and then decided to not have it in there this morning. And this has happened more than once. So I kind of need them to get those funds in there so I can go pick up that rental van so we can head to Florida tonight. We'll see. I haven't heard back from them yet, which is a little alarming. Yeah, there you go. We could have had a weather thing. I've always been on mobile. Haven't had a good OBS system. Yeah, well, I'm not very good with OBS either, Young. I have someone else that helps me set all that stuff up. And it takes me, I had a different backdrop layout for when I do desktop streams. I wanted to eliminate a bar on the bottom. And my guy that does it and designs stuff, he sent it to me and he goes, you should just be able to swap it out. It's easy. It's like one thing. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going through everything. I'm watching these videos and I can't figure this out. I can't figure it out at all. And he stops by. We went to a Twins game a while back, and I had him switch it quick. He's like, oh, it'll take me a second to do. And I know he's well versed in it, but so he gets in there and he goes, here, see right here? And I wasn't even in the right place, but all these videos weren't even telling me to go where he had gone to do it. So, I kind of bring that up just kind of like my brother-in-law, our dryer, the front load washing machine and dryer, the dryer went bad or the belt went bad. And so instead of paying someone $200 or $500 to fix it, we ordered a new belt. Well, he was fixing it last night. And I just bring this up because he was watching a video and he put in the specific model and everything, and it said, here's the video to show you how to do this. And nothing was the same. It wasn't all of the electrical stuff, the wiring and everything was set up completely different. But it was supposed to be that specific model. So, all right, guys. I appreciate that, brother. Yep. Hashtag van life. I'll be throwing that. I'll be probably So again, we're gonna do that fantasy football draft just stream, just so whoever wants to watch it and talk crap, we can do that. That's at like 5 tonight, and then I take off around 9 or 10. I'll probably fire up the stream in the vehicle driving. So if anyone wants to hang out or anyone's up, a night owl, we can just BS and chat. You can try to keep me company while the kids are probably sleeping, but I'll probably fire that up later in the night. And then you'll just see me from there on the trip as I stream. So. I appreciate all you guys coming in today. Guys, go out today and do something. Do something maybe you're afraid to do. Do something that you've wanted to do. Don't wait till tomorrow. Go out and get it. Go do it. Be positive. Say hi to everybody you walk by. Open doors for people. Hold doors for people. Do the right things. Be positive. I love you all, and I appreciate you all. Peace!